Welcome back to the Griffin's Nest, Griffin. Thank you so much for tuning in. And that solemn song that you hear right there, Drums of Midgard by Raven's Gold. Part of, well, the fantasy and the enchantment that is this music. Without further ado, let's get on with the stream. Let me bring my face, my beakish pretty face, so you guys may see. Live seen it. Alright. Good to see y'all again. This is a little different as usually I'm doing this at like 10 a.m., 10:30. And it's almost 11 p.m. now. I did read another chapter earlier today, and I just had some extra energy. And usually this is about the time that I'm starting to wind down and go to bed. But I'm like, about 20 pages, I can get through that in a timely manner. And of course, no water. Doggone it. Alright. I'm not gonna get water. Not gonna get water. Hold on. Jeez, I guess what I brought it up with me. I remember fulfilling it. Fireface being adorable over here, wanting pets. But I'm just gonna pretend she's saying, "Get up, Mithril, go get your water. You need your water." Such a sweet kitty. Yeah. Well, look, I got a little sip gulp right here, kind of ish. You know what? I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write to Shady and ask him to bring me some. There we go. Alright, cool. Alright. So if you saw the last chapter, you are kind of getting the impression, probably, that Fireface does in fact like to perch here and put her back to me. It is not new and it is not specially directed straight at me. Not really. It's really to anybody that understands. And let me show you what I mean a little bit here, guys. Well, just turn. Hello. Turns. Wow, that's really cool. She just turns her back to me, swishes her tail, and sometimes this tail like knocks things off and whatnot. What she's doing is she's presenting her back to say, "Scratch me," like get the brush out and scratch and pet. And I love using the wired scratch brush, which she does love. You push the little handle and it flicks out her fur, and you get to make these tiny little fur balls. I like to put them on her head and be like, "That is your baby, you. It is of you. It is your precious baby. You love it." Oh, and it also takes care of her fur. She loves that. Alright. Okay. You good? You alright? You happy? Look at this, guys. Seriously. She is not shy about this. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, loves it, loves it, loves it, loves it. And let's not overdo it. We don't need too much cat butt. It's a rated mature stream, y'all. Oh, hey, hold on. This fell. Let me fix it. Get back in the snowy Christmas chair. Alright. We crooked? Yeah, we're crooked. We fixed. Good enough. Alright. Thank you for joining me. And of course, I am your hostess, Mithril, and I'm ready to read the next chapter in Hocus Pocus and Hocus Pocus, the all-new sequel. Or Hocus Pocus 2. Based off of the movie that came on Disney Plus 4 months ago? Darn, I can't remember right now. Alright, last we left off with our heroes. The party finally made amends with Katie Taylor, the daughter of none other than What's-His-Face Taylor. Let's call him Principal Taylor, because I still can't remember his name right now. The bully from the first book. You know what? I'll just... Ernie, and he liked being called, what's it called? Ice. But they were like, we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do it. Look, if I need to look for a name, I'm very good at speed reading by now. Why don't I just flip on back 5 minutes? Just see the things. Yeah, gosh. Okay, it's not gonna kill me that much, but right, J. Right, J. Taylor. There we go. Mystery solved. Picking up in the next chapter, we are currently about to read hashtag spell on you. With this nice little Orby ball as a picture. We get into character. Poppy Dennison's voice, I kind of gave a little bit of a, try to give it a little bit of depth. I know she's introverted. I know that she likes being a photographer. She doesn't like talking a whole lot and loudly. And she's constantly ridden with anxiety. Combining that, I just gave her a little bit of a, I'm not going to say gruffness, but I'm going for kind of like a dull rasp to tell you, it's coming from her perspective as the narrator. I also try to keep it teenaged. Alright, here we go. Hashtag spell on you. By the way, we're on page 404 if you're following along with the book later on. I set the pale, round blood moonstone on the grass, and we all stare at it transfixed. I'm sitting next to Travis on his muddied lab coat, which he's spread out on the ground. Katie sits cross-legged on the bench across from us. She pulls out her cell phone and is typing away, probably trying to pretend that none of this is happening. Under the circumstances, I don't blame her. I can't help feeling sympathetic toward her. With our shared family history and all, Isabella paces beside us. I still can't get over the fact that she's now a canine, or any of this night, really. So, let's take the shovel to it already, Travis says. How do we know that would work? That would do the trick? I ask. I don't know. What if we threw it in the ocean? Travis muses, miming tossing an invisible rock over Katie's shoulder. But that won't destroy it, says Isabella doubtfully, still trotting back and forth. We should get the police, is what we should do, muttered Katie. Travis, Isabella, and I exchange a look. Like that'll do any good. I'm not sure that'd go over so well. It never seems to work in the movies, I say. You're right. Besides, I already called them. Katie goes on, talking mostly to herself, and my tax dollars apparently don't fund enough phone lines for DEFCON witch-level emergencies. Okay, back to what Isabella said, says Travis. Would it crack if we threw it in a fire? I ask. Don't some rocks crack if they get thrown in fires? Is that a thing? Yeah, maybe. Isabella snuffles along the side of the stone. It's too bad the kiln is broken, she says with a grin. I bet it would have actually worked in this case. She grinned? Yeah, I guess dogs can grin. Sure, why not? Sure. What if we climbed up the lighthouse and drop it onto the rocks below? I ask. I have a feeling, personally, that anything they try is going to be the same result as when Max Dennison, Allison, and Danny tried to burn the book from the first movie / book. Because it's imbued with magic. I don't think it's going to be that easy. Travis scratches his chin as he looks at the top of the lighthouse in the distance. I don't think that would make a dent. I mean, we could try it, I say. And waste time? Travis lifts his shovel and brings it down hard on the stone. The head of the shovel shatters with a thunderous bang. Bang! I shield my face as metal shards fly every which way. Holy crap! I shout. Travis's jaw drops as he holds up the shattered shovel handle. Well, we can rule out cracking it with a shovel, he says in a daze, tossing the broken handle off the side. I hate to break it to you guys, Katie says, holding out her phone so we can clearly read the bright screen, but we're about to be surrounded by witch zombies. What? Says Travis, leaning on towards the phone. On the screen, under the list of trending items, are Salem, MA. Zombie hordes converge on the sleepy eastern seaboard town and move toward Winter's Island. Hashtag spell on you. Cell phone calls reportedly hypnotized thousands on Halloween night. And Rihanna teases new album in latest Instagram post. Katie takes her phone back and taps around on the screen, then reads aloud. Emergency lines are being overwhelmed as worried friends and family report their loved one's strange behavior. Although the damage is concentrated in Massachusetts and surrounding states, with the hordes reportedly now heading in the direction of Winter Island. Calls have been reported as far away as Seoul, South Korea. Authorities have urged the public to turn off the phones and avoid calls, even when they seem to come from recognized numbers, since those who are affected have used conferences lines to entangle up to 5 recipients at a time. She looks up at us, her face lit eerily by the light of her phone. Huh. Well, I learned something there. Talk about 6 degrees of separation, she says. I don't think that's how that works, says Isabella. Well, hopefully we can figure out how to destroy this stone before the zombies get here, says Travis. What if we tried... Guys, Katie says, startled, her eyes are wide. She lifts her phone in the direction of the tree line and points. They found us, she breathes. I knew I hated crowdsourcing. We all turn and see specks of white light coming in through the trees. I realize the lights are phones. Their locked screens blinking on and off as the people carrying them stumble over rocks and tree roots. Dozens of kids and teenagers wander, zombie-like, through the dark woods that connect Winter Island to the rest of Salem, drawing nearer and nearer to us. This is so not good. Where do we go? I stand up. We can't just stay here. I'm going to tweet at the governor, Katie says, typing madly. Bella, is there anything your dad can do? He's the mayor, for crying out loud. Katie, I think we should move, says Isabella. Now. Travis stands and snatches up the blood moonstone and spellbook. Over the sound of wind, I can hear the advancing crowd humming the eerie spell song. They're so close now. There's the rustling of leaves, the snapping of twigs. Katie yelps and runs over to join us, and Isabella follows, hiding behind Travis. We put the park bench between us and the zombie horde. As if a few pieces of wood and metal can help protect us. Behind us, the cliff drops off to the ocean. We're trapped. Excuse me. But I'll be damned if I won't fight to protect my friends. The bewitched kids close in quickly. Teens still in their Halloween costumes staggered towards us, their faces expressionless, their hands outstretched. I'm so tempted. Brains. Where's that one emote I had? I can't find it. Oh well. I have a brains emote somewhere. Brains. Where is it? I want it. Dang it. Dang, I can't find it. Why am I subscribed to so many? Well, I've been gifted so many subscriptions, rather. I'm not complaining. Just saying this is a lot. There we go. How about some ocean emotes? Let's go with that. Now, where was I? The bewitched. Oh, wait, that part. Okay. They're all chanting under their breath. Find the stone and book with the Sanderson claim, they utter in monotone unison. Wrap them up and summon my name. Find the stone and book. The stone! A teenage girl in a soccer uniform gasps, pointing at Travis's closed fist. Jenny? Cries Katie, stepping out from behind the bench and moving towards her. Not now, Katie, not now. By the way, Jenny's her best friend. Whew. And Katie's the captain of the soccer team at school. This isn't going to be good. I put an arm out to stop Katie in her tracks. Katie, she's not herself. The book! Another bewitched teen yells, charging towards us. So this is an interesting turn of events, says Travis, skirting around the bench. Since we're surrounded by water and all. He leaps out of a zombie kid's path and tosses the book to me. Catch! I take it, tuck it under my arm like a running back, and race off towards the cliff's edge and away from the zombies with Travis, Katie, and Isabella close behind. You know, I was thinking this whole time, this is probably not the safest place to be, but too late now. We could jump, But we'd never clear the rocks, Katie says, scanning the ocean far below. Well, that's helpful, Travis says sarcastically. Pops, I think it's time we open the book and look for a flying spell. Now's not the time for speed reading. We all spin around, my heels dig into the dirt. I'm telling you, there's something up with Travis and this obsession to open the book. One more step, and I'll fall back. Oh, and I'll fall. The zombies have formed a solid line and advance slowly, with only 5 feet separating us. Now 4 feet. Isabella takes a firm stance, staring them down. She's brave, even as a dog. But as much as I deeply admire her pep, I have no clue what we should do. Isabella, can you make that lightning hit them? I ask her. Okay, alright, that's an idea. It'll hurt like hell, but that might work. I'm not sure, she says. It's okay, I say, at a loss for any other ideas. In the assemblage, I recognize a few kids from school. A zombie teen I'd never seen before, dressed as a stormtrooper but missing her helmet, lunges at me, and I take a step back, losing my grip, and feel the earth fall away beneath me. Katie catches my hand, and my body slams into the side of the cliff, dangling. Help! I scream, trying not to let go of the spellbook. Far below me, the ocean rumbles, and waves spray white against the sharp, craggy rocks. I got you! Katie yells over the wind. Travis joins her, and together they pull me back up. My feet try to find footing in the crumbling soil, and finally I'm bent over on the cliff's edge, trying to catch my breath. The zombies grab my friends' shoulders. Isabella valiantly rips at the fabric of their costumes in an attempt to fend them off. I stand up and push them away, but they keep coming, keep pressing in on us. Over the tree line flies 3 figures outlined by the moon, unmistakable even in the dark night. A blanket of stars wraps heavily around their shoulders. Winifred cackles as they descend, their clothes catching the light of the moon. Mary is riding a Swiffer, rocking dangerously on its swiveled base. Sarah is perched on a Roomba, swinging her legs as she descends. And Winifred is riding what looks an awful lot like a cordless stick vacuum. Saw this coming. In fact, I think I saw it in the trailer or something, or poster. Yeah. Winifred's the first one to touch down as she swings the vacuum over her shoulder. As she approaches, 3 nasty children all in a row, and Shady has come valiantly to save me with water. Thank you. Feeling a lot more confident now. Even Fireface is like, feel better? Where was I? 3 nasty children all in a row, she croons, all dressed up with no place to go. 3 nasty children and a dog, adds Travis. The zombies freeze, watching us with their vacant eyes. I see Juan, whose cloak looks much rattier than it did a few hours ago. I see Corey, too, and Adina, and Patsy, and several other people from school. None of them seems to recognize us or know what's going on. I don't remember, the last 3 of those names. Not really. Especially Patsy. Patsy. Whoops, I almost skipped a page. Alright. I'm not sneering at the name Patsy, by the way. I'm just kind of thrown off because, honestly, I haven't heard that name in so long. But, okay. Alright, cool. Patsy. Let's go. Thank you, my pets, Winifred says, scratching the top of Jenny's head. Now, where's my book? They uniformly point at me. I hide the spellbook behind my back. Frickin' rats. Winifred turns to me and grins, then she strides towards me, arms outstretched. We need to find a way back to your car, I say under my breath, glancing at Katie. She's too busy staring, disbelieving at the witches, but she gives one quick nod. Oh, he's just so handsome, says Sarah, batting her eyes at Travis. Winifred stops short of me and puts a hand in her mouth. Smells like wet dog, she spits, squinting her eyes at Isabella. My blood boils at the dig. Looking for this? Travis shouts at her, waving the moonstone. It's just the distraction we needed. Go! Shouts Katie, shoving Winifred aside, and we all make a break for it, maneuvering around the bench and the zombies and heading back toward the road leading to where Katie's parked. Isabella and I hang right, while Travis and Katie take the left, and by splitting up we seem to confuse the sisters, who spin around, shocked and torn as we pass them. Get them! Shouts Winifred. Which one? Asks Mary. The one with the stone, you miserable stockfish! Oh, there's that word again. Stockfish. Oh, there's a pause. Which one is that? Get them! Winifred shrieks again, and a few zombie kids turn towards us as if slowly puzzling out our command. Jenny reaches for me, and I twist away from her and plows into 3 basket players. 2 are in pajamas, but the other one is dressed as a baby with a rattle. Why is he still holding the Never mind. I quickly strengthen and race ahead to catch up with my friends. We dodge into the thicket and merge onto the road. The witches are still behind us and haven't moved from their spots. Ahead of us is the park ranger's booth, and beyond, the gate. Lucky for us, the zombie horde found a way to smash through the gates, so we won't have to climb over it again. Unlucky for us, there are more zombies standing in our way between the open gates and where Katie's car sits somewhere on the other side. The place is packed. I can't figure out how to shove through them all and make it out, and from the looks of it, neither can Katie or Travis. Go! Shouts Isabella, ducking under some of their legs and skirting wide to avoid the gate altogether. I'll be fine, she calls back. As much as I want to follow after her, I have no choice but to take her word for it. I hope she'll be okay. The rest of us duck our heads down and shoulder people out of the way. Hands snatch at my hair and sweatshirt and limbs, seeking the book tucked under my arm. I elbow and twist and wriggle until I'm close enough to the gate that I can see Katie's car just where we left it. It's a relief that the zombies haven't already slashed its tires, and a relief that I've still got possession of the coveted book. Beside me, I hear Katie shout. It's a breathless, frightened sound, and I turn in time to see her body flying through the air, a lasso of green lightning wrapped around her waist. The door of the park ranger's booth opens and she flies in, slamming hard into the back wall. She slumps to the floor, vanishing out of sight, just as the door slams shut after her, crackling with veins of electricity. No! I shout. Travis is already there at the booth, yanking on the door handle, but it won't give. A visible spark of electricity leaps from the handle into his body, and he falls backward into a mass of zombies. Cursing as he clutches his right hand. In the same movement, the blood moonstone flies out of his hand and lands somewhere in the crowd. Zombies mumble indistinctly, and the crowd bristles around the spot where the stone landed. Well, that backfired. Travis's hand appears in the throng, giving a thumbs up. I'm okay, he shouts. I wish I could say the same for Katie and Isabella, but there's no sign of them. If anything happened to Isabella, I don't know what I'll do. The witches are now close by, cackling. Marching over to them, I fend off the zombies who claw at me, whacking one over the head with the book, until I'm face to face with Winifred and her 2 horrible sisters. Ooh, confrontation time. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Ooh, confrontation. Yeah, yeah. Can't wait to see what happens next. I'm shaking with fear and anger, full on shaking, like I'm freezing cold and boiling hot at the same time. You're monsters! I scream. Oh! Winifred titters, batting a hand at me as if I'm just too much. Thou art too kind. She twists her wrists again, and another shock of lightning jumps from her fingertips to Travis, this time hitting him in the stomach as he emerges from the zombie mob. Hand me the book, or I light him up like a Christmas tree. Dang. I'd say that that's dark, but that was actually kind of bright of her. Where? Oh, you know what? Let's go with do 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 do. And it's expiring. Aha! Up. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. Rather bright over, I said. Ha! Bad jokes. Let's see. Stop it! I yell, stomping even closer to her. You're horrible! No, honey soap. Winifred takes a threatening step toward me, making me falter in my own forward advance. It's the world that's horrible. She trills her R's dramatically. I'm gonna try that again. She trills her R's dramatically. It's the world that's horrible. She trills her R's dramatically. She smiles coyly, regarding her sisters, who stand obediently by her side. We just want to rule it. I can hear banging, and I turn to see Katie pounding on the booth's window. Before me, Winifred raises her hand. Energy crackles between her fingers like a deadly spider web. Leave them alone, I say through clenched, chattering teeth. Isabella's by my side. I'm right here, Poppy, she says. You got this. Winifred pretends to consider this, playing with a ball of green-tinged electricity in her palm. No, I don't think I shall. She snaps her fingers. Unless... I feel my heart sink into my stomach. Unless? I ask. Unless you hand over my book, she screams. Book! I feel the book come to life in my hands, and I realize that it must have fallen open as I had been holding it. I feel it move like it's being pulled by a giant magnet, and it takes all my strength to maintain my grip on it. I dig my heels into the soil. It's pulling me toward Winifred, but I stop it in its tracks by finally managing to close it. As for the stone, I'll get it one way or another, girl. Thou might as well tell me where it is now, and spare thy friends the pain of losing their... What's the word, Mary? Bowels? Mary asks hopefully. I give her a disgusted look, then glance at where the stone landed, where the zombies stagger around, bumping their heads against one another as they scour the ground. The witches didn't see it land there, and the zombies apparently haven't found it yet. I don't think it's the stone. I don't think it was the real stone. What do I do now? Yes, Winifred says, and a cruel smile comes over her face. That's it. Travis groans, and I turn to see him doubled over. A long bolt of electricity runs from Winifred's hooked fingers to his stomach. He clutches at his guts, trying to shield himself from her magic without much luck. His eyes are clenched shut, and he screams. I can barely look. Winifred chides, closing in on Travis. If your friends would only hand over my book and my stone, then this could all stop. I consider throwing the book at Winifred to make her stop and look down for a second opinion, but Isabella's nowhere in sight. Please be safe. Suddenly, Katie, who's been slamming the small windows of the booth with both of her fists, shatters a window with a bang. She stumbles through it, causing Winifred to freeze, turn toward Katie, and shoot a snake of electricity at her. The other witches turn toward Katie, too. Travis twitches on the floor in front of the semicircle of statuesque zombie onlookers. I'm about to throw myself at Winifred's turned back and tackle her when Travis catches my eye. He waves weakly at me and pantomimes holding a phone in his hand. He's telling me to answer my phone? Why? I feel my phone buzz in my pocket. I pull it out and see Travis's face grinning back at me. I answer it because I trust that this is what Travis is motioning for me to do. He jabs a finger at his own mouth, miming a yell. Speakerphone. I put my phone on speaker. Now, where was I? Asked Winifred in her shrill voice, turning back to Travis. Her voice is loud enough that both of our mics pick her up. Huh. Two more Winifreds echo back. Now where was I? Now where was I? She looks around, startled, splayed hands at the ready, like she thinks someone is going to attack her. Who said that? She demands. My phone and Travis's answers. Who said that? Who said that? You did, Winnie, says Mary, and two Marys repeat her statement too. I see Katie painstakingly dig her phone out of her pocket, and a second later my phone starts to vibrate again. I merge her into the call with a covert swipe. Winifred is too busy searching the treetops to notice. I summoned your past and future selves, Winifred Sanderson. And now, wait, it's not Poppy speaking. I summoned your past and future selves, Winifred Sanderson, announces Isabella from somewhere in the bushes. She's too far away for our microphones to pick her up, but all of us can hear her loud and clear. And the paradox of time travel says that if you meet one of your other selves, your world collapses. That's not true, says Winifred, turning again. Now three voices echo shrilly back to her. She covers her eyes with both hands. Winnie, I'm scared, says Mary, scurrying over. I race past them to Travis and help him to his feet. Are you okay? I ask him, careful to keep my voice low. Yeah, he breathes. He regards the spell book in my hands. Pops, where's the stone? He whispers. I don't know. I glance at the zombie mob. None of them seems to be proudly waving it. What? He whispers. That's not good. Well, the witches don't know either, I say. Let's count our blessings. Go away! Shouts Winifred. Our phones are close enough now that they echo and echo in repeated loop. I feel like part of the formula of the story is finally broken. In the sense that they're being tricked now with technology. Whereas Max Dennison tricked them back in the cabin? In the museum? Whatever. Yeah. In the first book. Well, this is kind of cool. I like the change of pace. Make them go away! The louder she yells, the louder the phones yell back. All three sisters are cowering now, covering their eyes to avoid seeing their other selves. Isabella runs through the clearing again, cackling with laughter this time. It reverberates through our phones, sharpening with static as it loops and loops and loops. Mary wails and buries her face in one of Winifred's sleeves. I shove Travis in the direction of the car and sprint to Katie, the spell book still clamped firmly under my arm. With Winifred and her sisters looking away, and with the zombies now on their hands and knees crawling through the grass as they comb for the moonstone, there's no one there to stop me as I help Katie up. She's shivering when I shove her towards the gate, too. Luckily, she seems okay. Travis is already waiting at the car, which is barely visible once again in the sea of zombies, but Katie's the one with the keys. When she unlocks it, the beep echoes through our phones, too. Oh, I like this. I freeze just as Winifred looks up, suspicious. Her lips purse as her mind works out the situation. Step on it! I shriek, racing with Katie for the gate. My own command mocks me as I elbow past a few dazed sophomores. They tricked us, says Winifred, incredulous. She shoves her sisters away and hustles after me. I'm over the gate and making my way through the assembly of zombies toward the car. Who cares that we don't have the moonstone? We can worry about that later. I think we do have it. All that matters is that we're all in one piece, for now. Katie climbs into the driver's seat and the car roars to life. Travis climbs in too, and I race in after him, followed by Isabella. Katie reverses with dirt flying, then pulls forward. Drive! I scream. A bolt of green lightning hits the windshield as the glass shatters. No! I cry out. The car swerves and hits a tree. The hood smokes silently. Oh! Travis groans. Is everyone okay? Asks Isabella. Another bolt of electricity pries the backseat door clean off the car. I look out at Winifred and her sisters, arm in arm and strutting toward me. With another flourish of her hand, Winifred sends her electric green lightning right at me. It slams me between the shoulders. Excuse me, little bug. I feel like I'm flying for a moment, and then I feel a puddle of pain. My body falls out of the car and lands flat on the ground, and no one part of me hurts less than any other part. The spell book is a foot away, face up in the grass, and I crawl forward and grab it. I hear the car door creak open behind me and Travis stumbles out. I'm not sure where Katie and Isabella are, but I hope that they're unharmed. Seems to be a lot about that. Yeah, I would hope so too. just, I don't know what else to say right now. I'll leave it alone. Travis, run! I gasp with whatever air is left in my lungs. Hell no, he grunts, lifting me up, but the next shock of electricity hits us both. By the time Winifred stalks over to us, I'm a mess of limbs and pain. I want to push her away, but my brain seems to have lost coordination with my muscles. I'm helpless as she leans over us, smiling ever so sweetly, and yanks the book from my hands. There, kitten, she says to me. Now, was that so hard? She gazes lovingly at the book in her talons. My darling, Winifred croons, I knew you would find your way back to me. The green eye on each of its cover blinks sleepily, making Winifred teeter at it even more fondly. Oh, I've missed you so, she simpers. Yes, I have. She tickles the book like it's a cute newborn. From the corner of my eye, I see Isabella emerge from the car. In her mouth, she's got the blue blood moonstone. She drops it at her feet. Leave my friends alone. It's me you want, she yells. Called it. What, mutt? Shouts Winifred. She holds up the spellbook triumphantly. Every dog has its day. She starts to cackle and throws a bolt of lightning in the direction of her several times removed great-grandniece's barking. Isabella picks the moonstone back up in her mouth and starts to take off. Go, go, go! You know, this go, go, go part, I'm trying to remember, because I don't want to forget it later, but I have to comment on something, at the end of this chapter. Winifred grins, and a zip, and a zap, and a zilch! The lightning hits Isabella and she collapses, dropping the stone instantly. No. All at once, the commotion around us fades away. Winifred continues to cackle, but everything that isn't Isabella becomes background noise. My heart jumps into my throat. I can't tell if she's breathing. Please be okay. You yup, I zap. Winifred cackles. Sisters, grab the stone, she commands. Her sisters try to make themselves useful. They stoop to grab it at the same time, knocking heads against each other. Then attempt to once more with the same result. Winifred strolls over to them and swats them aside, then plucks up the stone and smiles. She looks up from the book and the stone and shouts, Our time has finally come! We shall bring mother and master back from beyond the veil. The exchange spell shall be complete when the sun rises, and we shall live forever! Her lips curl over her teeth. Now, seize the brats! Her sisters move into action, reaching for a limp Isabella, who surprises them by righting herself and dashing off into the ferns. She's alive. Thank God. Mary and Sarah don't bother entertaining the idea of chasing her down. Instead, they drag a motionless Katie from the car and an unconscious Travis from the ground into the clearing of quiet, watchful zombies, where I lie, unable to do more than wriggle my toes. Minions, leave us, commands Winifred. The cell phone zombies disperse and head home in a daze. We failed. The witches won. I let my family down. I hope Travis and Katie are okay. At least Elizabeth got away. A part of Rough Hand sees me, and I know this is the end for us all. With a disorienting lurch, we leap into the sky. Hey, I beat 45 minutes. I guess I have a minute to close out. Now I'm at 43, almost 44. Whew, next chapter is Eternal Life Potion 2.0. We have finished through page 424. Oh, man. Okay, so something I got a note that I've been noticing a lot of is as things are happening in the moment, I notice they're italicized thoughts that are responding to what's happening like right then. And I see it a lot in this chapter. So there's nothing wrong with that. It's just something I notice and something I don't think I see too terribly often. That's something that's a little different and I guess a specificness in first person perspective as opposed to like third when it comes to the narrator. We didn't see that so much in the first book, not that I recall. Because, you know, the narrator is supposed to be a neutral party, just telling you the facts, telling you the story. And if it's a third person narrator, like one that doesn't have a body or a particular voice, except the one either in your head or in your voice if you're reading aloud like I am. But anyway, that's just something I'm thinking about. That was yeah, worth noting. All right. Let me take a look at next chapter is going to be Eternal Life Potion on page 425. How long is it? I'm going to see if I can pull it off tomorrow. And that would be, okay, 19 pages. Huh. We are less than 8 chapters away from the end. Whew. And from what I'm seeing, the chapters from here on out aren't all that long. So, 2 chapters in one day. I think that's pretty darn good. I want to say thank you guys very much for either hanging out live or checking out the VOD later. And let me see if I can help this poor neglected feline as you know she's out in the cold with this this snow going out all over the place. No one ever loves her. Drama. Am I right? All right. Okay. Put it there. Yeah. Okay. Hashtag one woman show. All right. This has been a great session. Thank you guys so very much. It's almost midnight. I really, really, really should wrap it up, and I want to say thank you guys. Have a great night. Be safe, and hopefully I will squawk at you